The man opened the beehive, took a satellite phone out of it, and called directly to the organization he had served in, the CIA office abroad. He hoped that they could help him find out more about the fraudulent organization. 2 hours later, Burr, who was working on his car, received a call from a colleague. It took some doing, but he found the scammer's lair. Burr drove straight there. When he parked his car, he took 2 drums of petrol out of the boot. The security guards were there to stop him. They told Burr he was on private property and not to trespass. Without saying a word, he knocked them to the ground. After taking out the 2 guards, Burr went straight to the lobby with the petrol. He told the receptionist to tell everyone in the building to evacuate because there was going to be a fire. The receptionist was confused by Burr's words, but Burr was already inside the fraudulent company. But people don't care what he says. The man beats up the man on the phone. The man's actions shocked everyone. The people who were laughing and joking just a moment ago instantly became a scared little white rabbit. When he was done, Burr lifted a bucket of oil and started pouring petrol. When the fraudsters saw this, they fled outside. At this point, the man in charge finally came out. But he's still in a daze. He doesn't know what's going on. But Burr ignored him and kept pouring petrol. Seeing that he was ignoring him, he asked the security guards to throw Burr out. The bodyguards swarmed over him, but they don't seem to realize how scary this big guy is. After knocking down the bodyguards, Burr was still relaxed. The man in charge turned into a sheep. Then, in front of their terrified eyes, Burr left the building with a drum of oil. The next moment, the building exploded behind him. Soon after, the boss in Boston received a phone call from one of his men. He told him everything that had just happened. After hearing about the operation, the boss was instantly unsettled. He immediately went to the company's head of security, Jack, a former director of the CIA. Walker hoped that the other side can help him find and kill the person who caused trouble, but Jack wouldn't talk to him because he knew the man was not to be trifled with. When he's done, Walker calls his man and asks him to look through the company's cloud, back up, and find the last few transactions that were made, which should lead to the culprit. As expected, the henchman quickly found Burr through the information he had, and then followed the other man's footsteps and chased after him. The man sees the beehive Burr left on the side of the road and orders his men to shoot and destroy it. Burr returned to the warehouse and immediately switched on all the machines in it. It wasn't long before his men found Burr's warehouse with their killers, and then they raised their guns and went in. But they seemed to have underestimated Burr's strength. With just a few of them, it was obvious that they couldn't kill Burr at all. Soon one of the killers was under Burr's control. Burr didn't give him a chance to resist and killed him with a chain. The second assassin was even worse. Not only did he not have the chance to fight back, even his front teeth were chipped off. The third killer made a gesture of resistance, but it was still futile and was finally poked to death by the barrel of his own gun. The little brother saw the fallen killer instantly panicked, raised the pistol as a random shooting, the result just to exit and crashed into Burr. After finishing off the other guy, Burr left the warehouse with his backpack. Soon outside the case, Lisa received an alarm. So with his men rushed over, found that the burned warehouse is the mother provided to Burr free use of the room. Inside also found 3 bodies, and a colleague on the site thought of a possibility. The man is the one who burned down the United Data Group. At the same time, the little brother who had his finger cut off escaped by chance. While waiting for the drawbridge, he called Walker, the behind-the-scenes boss. On the phone, he thought that his little brother had completed his mission, but he told him that not only did he not kill the other side, but he also got his finger on 3 killers. Walker panicked when he heard this. He rushed to ask the man's real identity. He only said that the man was a beekeeper. Before he could finish his sentence, Burr punched him in the face. He pulled him out of the car and tied him up with a tie wrap. The kid panicked and kept begging for mercy and said he was willing to give up all his money. But Burr didn't care. He just told him to stay where he was. He calmly returned to the car and pressed the accelerator control. The car started up and took the little brother into the river with it. He then picked up his little brother's phone and told the boss behind the scenes not to worry. He would be right there to talk to him. Walker, who heard this, was scared straight away. He rushed to find the head of security, Jack, once again hoping that the other side can help him, and told Jack the information about the 2 dozen or so fraudulent companies that he had secretly engaged in. Jack knew it was a problem because he worked for the CIA. He knew what the code name Beekeeper meant. If he wants you dead, you're dead. Although Jack didn't want to help, Walker's mother called personally, so Jack had to compromise. Because he was a grateful man, Jack then called Mary, the current director of the CIA, and he told him what he was going through. Mary called Jack back soon after She told Jack that the beekeeper he was talking about had retired and reassured Jack that she would send an active beekeeper to take care of the situation. Then came the scene at the petrol station. After taking out the female beekeeper, Burn didn't leave in a hurry but took one of the woman's fingers with him. He then goes to the secret base that the beekeeper only knows about and uses the woman's finger to open the gate security system. He then began to look up Walter's fraudulent companies across the country on the system and took a large amount of weaponry from the safe. At the same time, all the information he needed was generated and Burn printed it out. Next, he had to go through the list and clean up the companies one by one. On the other hand, Jack received the news of the failure of the active beekeepers. He gathered a large group of his old. He's ready to destroy them before Burn does. Will they succeed? And what will happen to Burn? I'm Zero Sense Film. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.